I'm here checking out the new Acer Predator line of gaming laptops, and I'll tell you what, this Triton 14 AI is aimed a little bit more at content creators and gamers, somebody like me, and it is amazing design, it is amazingly thin, but more importantly, it's got amazing power. So this Triton 14 AI has a 14.5-inch screen. It's OLED, it's got touch. I have to have a laptop with touch, so I like that. Really beautiful panel. It is 2880 by 1800, 120 hertz screen. Maybe the most important thing is that it has a lot of certifications right out of the factory. So not only does it have a 100% DCI P3 color certification, it's Kalman verified from the factory. It has a VESA HDR 500 certification, but also something that I've just heard of called the TUV blue light calibration, and that's because it handles the blue light on the screen panel itself rather than in software. So theoretically you should get less of that weird yellowish tint to it. And content creators like myself who also like to do gaming on laptops, a really nice screen is really important. So having these kind of specs in this nice thin and light package is a huge, huge win. And when I tell you thin and light, this is 3.5 pounds in this small form factor, but it does not feel heavy at all. This feels very premium to the touch. Let's quickly go over some of the details. You get this nice full keyboard, and if I press a button right here, you can see that each individual key has backlighting. So this is per key backlighting, which is really nice that you can control this. It does have a very big, nice haptic trackpad, which, interesting enough, has pen support. Usually, I would try to use a pen support on a screen, but I don't end up using it. So I'm very curious to see how it works with a trackpad. That is really nice. And then let's go over the ports on the side. Over here we have one Type-C port, and I'm being told it is Thunderbolt 5. We also have a Type-A port, a courageous headphone jack, and an LED indicator for power. On the other side, we have a micro SD card reader, another Thunderbolt 5 port, a Type-A port, and a full-size HDMI. So yes, it has an amazing screen. Yes, it is thin and light. It has a really cool design ID, but none of that means anything unless it has amazing power inside of it. And boy, does this pack a punch. Inside, we have a Intel-based Lunar Lake platform, so up to a Core Ultra 9 288V. Not only that, it has also up to a GeForce RTX 5070 mobile chip in this design. In this thin and light chassis, they have a 5070 in here. And how are they doing that? Oh, it's because Acer has magicians. They have people behind the screens back here, you know, or just sprinkle a little dust and it works. No, actually what they did was they upgraded the cooling solution in here with actually world's first. What they're telling me is that the CPU is the world's first laptop that has a graphene thermal interface material to cool it. And they're saying they can get up to 15% better performance out of that solution rather than something like liquid metal. So that is pretty impressive. Is it also on the GPU? It doesn't sound like it, and I would think that's where they would want the most cooling. So I'm curious why they didn't do that. But either way, hey, world's first. You know, good job on Acer for blazing the trail. Also helping it cool is a robust vapor chamber system, heat pipes, 2 fans, 2 slim fans, everything in this thin and light package. The last question is, will the performance keep up with this cooling solution in this thin and light package? I don't know. I haven't benchmarked it, I haven't tested it, but I'm hoping it will because I really, really like this laptop. That is not the only laptop that Acer has in their Predator lineup. This is the Helios Neo 14 AI. And you know it's got AI in it because it's got it right here in the name, 14 AI. Once again, this is a 14-inch screen, and guess what? It is pretty much the same specs as the Triton 14 AI, except for one noticeable thing. There is no touch support, which is a bummer because I'm a big touch fan. But I get it, this does have a step-down configuration compared to the Triton AI 14. Inside, it has a little bit different of a configuration for the processor. This one also has Intel, but it's an Arrow Lake processor up to the 285H. And you still get the same option for a discrete GPU up to a GeForce RTX 5070. and then up to 32 gigs of LPDDR5X. Because this is one step down in the lineup, you don't get the fancy world's first graphene cooling solution. This just uses liquid metal, but hey, guess what? Liquid metal is still pretty awesome. Instead of a vapor chamber, it does have copper heat pipes. It still has 2 fans, but they are of a older generation for the cooling solution in here. Also the design language, the visual ID, this is a little bit of an older design. You've got this nice chin back here. I don't know if that's a chin, maybe it's more like a butt in the back here, with plenty of venting. We have no ports. Those ports are actually still on the side. Right here we have a Kensington lock port. We have a barrel charger for charging. We have one Type A. We have a Thunderbolt port here, but this is not Thunderbolt 5, this is Thunderbolt 4. We do have a Courageous headphone jack here on the left. On the right side here, we have a full HDMI port, another Type A port, another Type C port, but this does not look like it's Thunderbolt, and a micro SD card reader. Also, this step-down version does not have the haptic trackpad with the pen support. This is just more of a standard trackpad. So now let's quickly touch on the other gaming lineup from Acer. This is their Nitro brand of laptop. This is the Nitro 18AI, but they also have a 16AI, similar configuration, very more, with the design language of a traditional gaming laptop. This one is 18 inches, is very large. This is more of a traditional desktop replacement kind of laptop. Not my cup of tea, but I appreciate that they continue to blaze the trail here. For the screen, they both offer 2560 by 1600. The 18 goes up to 165 Hertz, where the 16 actually goes up to 180 Hertz. Because this is more gaming focused, they upgrade the internals on the system. So they switch over to an AMD based processor. You can get up to a Ryzen AI 9 365, and on the GPU you can get up to a GeForce RTX 5070 Ti laptop version. And going even further down the stack on the Nitro line, we have the Nitro 16S AI and the Nitro V 16S AI. So both of these have very similar configurations, but there is a little key difference. They both offer up to a AMD Ryzen AI 9 365, but the 16S that I have here offers up to a 5070 Ti, where the Nitro V 16S offers only up to a 5070. Now, I will tell you, the Nitro V lineup is some of the best-selling gaming laptops that you can get on Amazon, and we do have plenty of reviews over on PCWorld. So that's it for the specs of these laptops, but I'm sure you're telling yourself, Adam, you didn't cover any of the release date or any of the pricing about these laptops. It's because I don't know them. I don't have them. You might have noticed there's some stuff going on in the world right now. So Acer's telling me, some of that stuff needs to get figured out before they can give us hard details on pricing and availability. But they tell me that we're looking at a time frame of up to 3 months for release. So hopefully we'll get pricing on it soon, and hopefully we will have reviews of all these laptops over on PCWorld.com. So definitely go check that out. And if you want to watch more videos about gaming laptops or gaming PCs in general, then subscribe here on PCWorld and check out this next video from Computex, because guess what? This is a good one.